Well, I want to make my contribution as it affects the $400 million payments to the American government for the purchase of arms and the intention of the Senate and the House of Representatives to remove the president. Well, I want to say that the president acted unconstitutionally by making payments from our consolidated funds or wherever to the American firm for the purchase of helicopters, military helicopters, without the approval of the Senate. You see, where the Constitution has provided that certain things must be done in a particular manner for it to be legitimate, those things or that particular thing must be done as prescribed by the law. I do not subscribe to the argument that there was a timeline for payment to be made that led for such amount of money to be paid out without the Senate appropriation as provided for in the Constitution. The Constitution has said so, and it must be obeyed. At the same time, I would say the Senate and the House of Representatives should tarry a while. They should not invoke the Constitution as regards the removal of the president. It is not politically expedient to so do now. We have a lot of problems in this country. We have a lot of issues that a little match will send us to trouble that will take us years to recover. They should not go ahead with impeachment. Then what is my solution to that? My solution to that is let the Senate write to President Trump requesting him to send back the money to Nigeria, that money was sent to him without appropriation. They should also copy the US Congress. On receipt of those letters, they will understand it very clearly and they will return the money. Let the president then start afresh. If he wants $1 billion, go to the Senate. Senate, give him. Once the details are there and there will be oversight function on it, give him if he wants $1 billion.
This money was not paid to Trump's account, but to a company in America.
We were told it was an agreement between government and government, unless we are being lied to. And that's why I'm talking about Trump. So if it was American government and Nigerian government that struck the deal, write to Trump. They will direct the company to return the money so that the right thing will be done. We are building democracy. And in building democracy, we must get it right. We cannot say because we are in a hurry, or even if the amount increases, let us do it right.
What about the fact that what they withdrew from the CBN is more than the actual cost of these helicopters?
Well, what we are saying is the 460 whatever, over $400 million should be returned. Wherever the difference has gone to, it should come to us in totality.
So what if it's not returned?
It will be returned. I'm telling you, once the letter gets to the American president and the US Congress, they will understand the powers of appropriation. They will understand the functions of the legislature. The legislature is more representative to the people of Nigeria than the president of any country. They are more representative to the people of Nigeria than the president of any country. So that's why I say, if you get it to the Congress, they will pass that law and the money will go back. That is where rules, laws, motions of the Senate or the Congress is obeyed. They will return the money. But I want to add, those who are misleading the president, pretending to love him more than himself and more than all of us put together, should desist from doing so. The president may not have known, but where are those around him? Where is the Attorney General of the Federation? Where is his chief of staff? Were they not aware that this thing should go to the Senate? Where is the vice president of Nigeria? A senior advocate of Nigeria. Former Attorney General of Center of Excellence. A law professor, my teacher. Where was he? Or he didn't know? You people should help the president and stop putting him into deeper pit as we go towards election. Okay, look at the functionaries of government, the spokesman of the president. He came out 2 weeks ago and said, the president, we couldn't have paid to any government without passing through the Senate. You media men should bring it out. Let us hear him again. I spoke to 2 senior special assistants to the president, advising them on this. He said, no, payment cannot be made. They have not made payment. But now payment has been made months ago. Was it that they didn't know? Or they were lying to us? Or what? They should help the president. They should help the president. He has few people there that are in a position to now. Have mentioned few of them. Walk to the president. You can't talk to the president. You can't talk to... Okay, the vice president cannot also talk to the president? With his highest position in law. I mean, it's getting disturbing. Yes. No. I'm not in defense of Buhari. I say it is not politically convenient to remove him now. We have less than 1 year to election. We will be overheating the polity, and at the end of the day, we may not go for the election. Nothing should disturb us from going for election next year. I am not the spokesman of the president. The president has not briefed me, and I will not even take his brief. This is a patriotic position I am taking. We have less than 1 year to election. Tarry a while. Forget about that removal. Go and recover the money. Write to President Trump. Write to the US Congress. That money will come here. But if you start the process of removing the president, you already know that the National Assembly is polarized on tribe and religion. I saw many of them yesterday talking in the Senate from 2 sides of their mouth. It is a shame that we cannot say the truth in this country. The president has infringed on the Constitution of Nigeria. He has committed an action that is against the Constitution, that is not legitimate. Is it punishable? Yes, it is punishable. Can the Constitution be invoked to remove him? Yes, it can be invoked. But I'm telling them to tarry a while. We have less than 1 year to election. We cannot be talking of impeachment now. Look at the issue of killing every day. More people were killed last night. We should concentrate on that. These infractions on the Constitution. Look at the issue of payment of subsidy. That's another impeachable offense. 3 loans are now paid without approval by the Senate. That is unconstitutional. That is illegitimate payment. And we can even say that the money has been stolen. Condemn it. And that's what I expected those few senators talking from both sides of their mouth yesterday to condemn. Thank God we have senators like Shehu Sani, we have Senator Misau, we have some of them, Samdadi Nwanyanwu, we have some of the senators who spoke out, irrespective of party affiliation. This is our country.
So how do we stop these infractions if we say it should be impeached now?
I have mentioned that there are people who are creating this thing. They want to turn President Buhari into a dictatorship, which he will be happy to accept. But they should be advising him. What is wrong in sending it to the Senate? If you want 1 billion, 5 billion, send it to the Senate. Give the details. Senate, give him. But you must have oversight function on it. What is wrong? You are creating impression that there is hand of monkey in the soup in that transaction. Which is what everybody is believing in Nigeria. If the transaction is straight, it is for security, it is in the best interest of Nigeria, why did you not go through the Senate? Those gentlemen, if they are gentle, that have refused to advise the president are the real enemies of President Muhammad Buhari.
As we move towards election, the entire polity is sitting on parity. How do you go into an election as usual?
Well, that is my worries. Because what is happening now, I'm seeing trouble, I'm seeing war.
How do you do it?
I am seeing it. At times I see people shooting.
In the transport?
As I am. And my body doesn't deceive me. If we don't take concrete steps believing that this country is our own, it doesn't belong to any tribe, be he Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani, TV, Ibera, or anything, then we are going to land there. The suspicion among Nigerians now has been heightened. It was going away. And we're happy about it. The issue of where you come from, religion, was gradually disappearing. But the thing has just come back with severe venom. That is the problem. What is the difficulty in tracking these killers? When we were discussing informally, I mentioned what I read about Abacha. Abacha said. And it is instructive. Abacha said, when there is an insurrection or anything of this nature in a country, particularly Nigeria, and it lasts for more than 24 hours, Abacha said the government has a hand in it. That was the former head of state, General Sani Abacha. And we had examples of where such things came up. General Abacha crushed it in 24 hours during his tenure. As a lesson. And those people ran away, they didn't come back. Why are we dragging this one? More people were killed last night in Benue. Are you saying that they have no place of meeting? They don't assemble to take brief? All our intelligence networks are collapsed? Is that what we are saying? No. And that's why I say the National Assembly has to tarry a while. Let it not be we are pursuing it. It is their right. It is their constitutional right to take those steps they have taken. I don't want to be misquoted. They are perfectly in order. But we are pleading with them, don't invoke Section 143. Don't!
Because the general feeling out there is that this president, so good as he claims, is not in charge. Some will say he has lost touch with control. And that's why they want to ease him out to allow for Sibajo to lead us to 2019 election. What is
the difference between 6 and half a dozen? If they want to impeach the president, they should impeach him with Oshibajo. If you are my deputy, you cannot advise me properly.
What is he in charge?
You are waiting for me to be impeached for you to take over. Impeach both of us. That is why you must help the person you are assisting to succeed.
Do you think Buhari is in charge?
Are you telling me that Professor Oshibajo was not in a position to advise the president that before we pay this money, we must get approval from the Senate? He's a professor of law. He taught me law at University of Lagos.
They said the cabal didn't allow him access to information.
And he's his vice president. They should stop talking about this cabal thing. He doesn't see the president. If he doesn't see the president, what is he doing in Aguda House? If the vice president doesn't see the president, the cabal has blocked him. What is he doing in Aguda House? Let him pack and go back to Ogun State.